we're back with another episode of Lakers Latest. I'm Gerald Glassford, the host of the Lakers Latest podcast, part of the Fan Arc Network. There's that beautiful logo right there. Please like and subscribe. Subscribe today to get the latest notifications on when the latest Lakers Latest gets uploaded by my friends at the Fan Arc Network. And speaking of the guys at the Fan Arc Network and gals there as well, want to go ahead and share the love by not only checking out this show right here and liking and subscribing, but also as well on a YouTube search, typing in the words FanArc and the FanArc Main Hub Network YouTube channel. That shows up. Go ahead and go there after you watch us here. Check it out because they got a ton of shows featuring a ton of teams, from all over the sports world because, with football overseas, football here in the States with the NFL draft coming up, baseball underway, season just started, hockey coming down to the postseason, NBA coming down to the postseason. There's so many teams and so many shows you can check out right there. So make sure you stop on by, check out what they got, and like and subscribe as well. Well, the Lakers, getting to it. It's going to be an important test. The Lakers head later today to OKC, to Oklahoma City, to face off against the Thunder in the first of two matchups. First one is in OKC. The next one is next Tuesday in the Crypt. So we'll see what happens with that one. But later today, it is OKC, and looking forward to a good matchup. The Lakers, though, do have still an injury issue to worry about, as Marcus Smart will miss the OKC battle with that ankle contusion still there. So he is still listed as day-to-day, and he is not going to be having that day when he comes back be in OKC on Thursday. So that is going to be an issue for the Lakers, especially because of the fact that he would probably be the primary defender on SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, as far as him being an MVP candidate. I also want to mention that Kobe Buffkin, Adu Thiero, and also as well Dalton Connect have been optioned to the South Bay Lakers to help them with their playoff drive in the G League playoffs. So wanted to mention that as well. But SGA, let's get back to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Again, with him and Luka Doncic getting into a battle for the MVP. If, of course, us Lakers fans think that Luka is right in the mix. I know that SGA is still the prohibitive favorite at this point in time. The draft houses, the draft sites, and as far as the betting sites and all that, as far as DraftKings, what I mentioned, and of course, what's going on with the casinos here in Vegas with the fact that SGA is still the number one candidate, the favorite to go ahead and be MVP. But can that change with a poor performance from SGA here and in LA? And can that change with Luka Doncic having two superior performances coming in? He's been very hot. We all know the month of the March that he had 600 points and just absolutely fantastic. And again, that also counts, like my friend Stefan Piscano from the Stefan Piscano podcast said, that includes that missed game that he could have played. He could have had more points, but be that as it may, the key is him coming in on a good note as the Lakers head into OKC, matching up against SGA. What will happen there? Obviously, a fight for the Lakers, still trying to retain third place in the Western Conference. They've got Denver breathing down their necks, about a game and a half, 2.5 with the tiebreaker as of this recording. So you obviously got to be aware of that. And then, of course, OKC as well, having to go ahead and worry about San Antonio, who are just 2 games back behind them. And San Antonio has the tiebreaker on them in the Western Conference. So a very important game later today with the Lakers and OKC. But getting back to SGA and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, what do the Lakers need to do to slow down? It's going to take a team effort. I know that they're going to be having to try to throw out as many defenders as they have without Marcus Smart being there. But guys like Vando, guys like Laravia, Those guys are they'll try to throw Reeves out there, but the key is to not let him go and feast at the free throw line. Just taught to Detroit and New York, and Detroit, for example, where he had 25 free throws in their last game in that overtime victory. 25 free throws, which is obviously a great concern heading in. I know that we talk about all the time about being a foul merchant, but it's hard argument to make for Lakers because they have two guys who also try to benefit from those type of mentalities as far as trying to get fouls, trying to get contact, trying to get those calls attached to them with their own versions of it. With Luka Doncic, who leads the league in free throws, and also as well leads the league in seemingly argue with the refs as well. But also Austin Reeves, who also tries to do quite a bit of that as well. I just, again, when it comes to that type of deal, now I do want to hear your guys' comments. How do you think the Lakers can slow down without Marcus Smart? How do you think the Lakers can slow down SGA in this battle of MVP candidates between SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Luka Doncic? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. A key game for the Lakers. I'm looking forward to it. But yes, absolutely going to be interesting to see how this game lays itself out. And remember also as well, these teams are not going to be able to show or not going to show all their cards. It would not be great or not be smart to show everything that you may be planning in case you meet up with them in a playoff scenario, because right now the Lakers would meet the OKC. If OKC is first, they would meet in the conference finals. So if that's the case, so you don't want to show everything now and in Tuesday against OKC, and OKC on the reverse as well. But again, slowing down SGA, preventing him from getting 15, 20, 25 free throw attempts would be great. And I know that a lot of people are out there, for other teams, and coaches have mentioned as well as far as the treatment he gets, the extending of his arms, both arms that he extends when he pushes off on players. That I have a real issue to. It's something that needs to be called every single time. And I would just said when I was talking to Pinty about this the other day, when it comes down to it, is the fact I just want to see him call it evenly. If they're going to call and give 20 free throws for SGA, they got to do the same for Luka, and they got to give 10 more for Austin. It's either one way or the other, or just wipe it off the board. Just let them play and don't call anything. As far as, well, not don't call anything, but don't call as much. Treat it like a playoff format where you are calling less and they're blowing the whistle less. If that's the case, it's either one or the other, but don't have it where one side is getting beneficial treatment over the other, unless it's the Lakers. But again, I want to see a fair matchup and what that will do. And again, I know that Pinty had said in one of his comments that he wanted to see Luka dominate and SGA struggle and the Lakers win. I just want to see the Lakers win. With all due respect to Luka, I just want to see the Lakers win and get the victory, get the W, solidify that third spot even more. If they can get 2 victories over OKC in the coming few days, I'd love to see that, because it would gain a lot of confidence for Lakers and also us fans as well. Us guys, us prognosticators, us analysts that look at the Lakers with some skepticism all season long and have taken a little time to get on board with what the Lakers have been doing. And I've said in recent days that if the Lakers can continue to play like they played, especially in that 9-game winning streak and leading up into the game later today, who knows? Anything is possible, and they do have a puncher's chance if that's the case. But everything has to go right, and they have to play at the level that they are heading into OKC. So this is a good test, a real good test later today to see what happens with the Lakers and OKC. I'm looking forward to catching it, and I'll give you the recap of what went down during the game. Luka versus SGA later today in OKC. Looking forward to it. But before we head on out, of course, going to go ahead and bring up a comment that was made by my man Pinty My man Pinty, he was out there saying a whole bunch of stuff, good things as far as I'm concerned, correlating with him back and forth throughout the day is always great. But one thing he said was about who we would like to play, and that's something I've been hearing a lot. It's like, who would the Lakers like to play? And I know that Houston, because of their downturn in recent weeks, is, and the fact that they don't have a true ball handler per se. I know they made the switch to Reed Shepard in the starting lineup, and I know that they're still having issues with ball handling, especially late in games, and playmaking, things like that. Plus, also Steven Adams getting hurt for them and out for the season. Obviously, for the top team in offensive rebounds, still even hurts them with that loss as well. But I think that when you're talking about it, who would you rather play? I think the key is Jaden McDaniels when it comes to either Minnesota or Houston, because Minnesota with Jaden McDaniels, I think is a lot tougher team and a tougher matchup for the Lakers. But currently, he is having, I believe, a meniscus issue. If that's the case, and that's going to be, I guess, like on a week-to-week thing right now. But he is, I guess, on the verge of returning, but it could be something where it could be continuously a problem and something to take a look at. And if he's not 100% or he's not healthy, even with the great play of Ayo Dosunmu just doesn't have the size, I believe, and strength to fend off Luka, even though he is a very solid defender and he's been playing really well for Minnesota. I think that Jaden McDaniels as the primary defender on Luka, if any of the players on Minnesota would give them problems, or Anthony Edwards, that you're asking Anthony Edwards to play a lot more on Luka, as a good defender that he can be, that's a lot to ask. So who do I like as far as better? I'd still say Houston, but it's a lot closer with Jaden McDaniels out. And if you guys have a thought on who you prefer to play, because remember also as well, Amen Thompson is a great defender with athleticism and some size. And they have Tari Eason. They have other players in that 6'5", 6'6", the 6'7". Didn't want to go ahead and 6'7"-ish, but 6'7", 6'8" type deal that are athletes on that team, wings that can at least give some discomfort to Luka and Austin. But the Timberwolves don't have that many options after Jaden McDaniels. You're just going to have to, if Jaden McDaniels is out if they play the Lakers, you're dealing mainly with Ayo Dosunmu and Anthony Edwards as the primary defenders on a Luka or Austin. So yeah, that would be a lot of work for Anthony Edwards indeed. So want to hear your thoughts on that. Who would you prefer as a matchup in the first round? Let me know your thoughts down below, but I'd love to hear from you. But thanks so much again to Pinty for the comment of the day on that. And if you guys have comments, let me know. I will answer them in kind indeed. But the Lakers head into OKC. Looking forward to that matchup. If you have thoughts, let me know down below. But go Lakers. Love it. Love to see the intensity start to ratchet itself up as the Lakers are going to have some meaningful games here to close out the season. Looking forward to getting some good tests to see what, the momentum that the Lakers have, who had a great month of March, see what they'll do in April. Looking forward to it. But do you have thoughts? Let me know down below. But cannot thank you enough for stopping by. I will have a recap of Lakers OKC and more. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts as well. But I will be back tomorrow. Again, like I said, with a recap of the Lakers and OKC and a lot more coming up for your enjoyment right here each and every time out on Lakers Latest. Thanks so much again for going ahead and stopping on by. Please like and subscribe. Help my friends out as always right there at the Fan Arc Network. And have yourself a terrific and fantastic day.